This last weekend, I was in Canada and I had a very long conversation with a fellow there who is a scientist, and he was really struggling with his theological views, and he was explaining himself, what he was thinking, what he was questioning. And I said, have you ever read anything in process theology? I think you'd really be benefited by listening to Phil Clayton and reading some of his books, or my friend Tripp Fuller. And he said, no, what's process theology? And then that got us into this really interesting conversation about how process theology has never really found a denominational home because it's still a relatively new, it's only about 125 or so years old as a recognizable thing, process thought. And so there is no identifiable church that teaches it, or a seminary, widespread seminary sort of chairs in process theology. Claremont, that's it. So anyway, I think that it's interesting to be able to talk about a theology that clearly makes sense. I mean, he was very excited when I started telling him about it. And he said, why hasn't anybody ever told me about this before? So we're going to be talking the language of process theology around Advent, which is my favorite church season. Yeah, it's my favorite one. Christmas, Advent, Christmas, Epiphany. Woohoo! Diana's in heaven in the dark seasons.